All right, welcome to Chapter 9, Lesson 2, page 619. Add like fractions. Our essential question is, how can equivalent fractions help me add and subtract fractions? Like fractions have the same denominator. Example 1. The length across the bell or top of a mushroom jellyfish is about 5/6 of a foot. If two mushroom jellyfish were placed side by side, what would the combined length be? So we're going to find 5/6 plus 5/6. One way is to use models. Place two sets of 5 1/6 tiles side by side. Okay, so 5, 6, and 5, 6. If we count them all up, our 5 plus 5 equals 10 1/6 tiles altogether. Okay, 5 and 5. So we have 10/6, or 1 1/3. So remember to have a fraction that's an improper fraction, so the top is heavier, a bigger number than the denominator. The numerator is larger than the denominator. You're going to subtract one whole from it, or however many holes you can fit. So this one only has one hole inside, so there's our 1, and then we can follow with the top 10 minus 6. And 10 minus 6 is 4, 6. But we wouldn't be done yet because now we have 1 and 4/6. And so we need to simplify. From now on, anytime you have a fraction, if you can simplify, you need to. So this would turn into 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So we have 1 and 2/3 feet combined. Okay. So the general arithmetic method is to add the numerators, keep the denominator the same, and then, like we said, we need to write it in its simplest form. So it would have started as 1 and 4/6, and we would have divided the top and bottom by the same. We're basically dividing by a whole, so the value is the same. These are equivalent fractions. We are just writing it in its smallest form. When you get to the point where the only thing you can do is divide by 1, then it is now in its simplest form, because 2 goes into 2, but 2 does not evenly go into 3, and same 3 does not evenly go into 2. Therefore, the only number you can divide both the numerator and the denominator by is 1. So 5/6 plus 5/6 equals 1 and 2/3 feet. On to page 620. Example 2. The table shows how much of a book Teddy read each day. What fraction of the book did Teddy read altogether on Tuesday and Thursday? So we're looking for Tuesday and Thursday. On Tuesday, Teddy read 4/10 of the book. On Thursday, he read 2/10 of the book. So we'll take our 4/10, add 2/10, add the numerators for a total of 6/10. 4 plus 2 is 6. But I'm looking at these two numbers. They're both even, which means that I can simplify. I have not found the simplest form yet. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So the simplest form is that Teddy read 3/5 of the book on Tuesday and Thursday. Guided practice. Here we're going to add again. Write each sum in the simplest form. Add the numerators. And then ask yourself questions like this. Can 2 go into the top and bottom? No. Can 3 go into the top and bottom evenly? No. Can 5 go into the top and bottom evenly? No. Can 7 go into the top and bottom evenly? No. Can the numerator fit evenly into the denominator? No. It's simplified because the only option would be by 1, which means it's in its simplest form here. Okay, so now each time you do your practice, you're going to ask yourself these questions. What are these numbers? That's right, they are prime numbers. So this is a way to figure out if your fraction is simplified. Start off with these prime numbers, even number, odds, okay? Another way is to find the greatest common factor between the two, because you can divide by the greatest common factor. So another way to know if you've simplified is find the greatest common factor for the numerator and the denominator and divide by that. All right, here we have 1/4 plus 1/4. So you have 2/4. Most of you already know that that's 1/2, and we would divide the top and bottom by 2. But if you were trying to find the greatest common factor, remember you're going to find all of the factors that make those numbers and find the largest factor that they have in common, and that is what you divide by. And that means that you'll only have the one step. So let me pick all right, let's go to number 13 on page 621. So we have 5/12 plus 4/12. That is going to give us 9/12. They have fourths here because they're skipping this portion, which they shouldn't do because it would confuse you. This will come in a second when we have simplified. So we have 9/12. So let's use the GCF method. Okay, what are all the ways to make 9 by multiplying? 1 times 9 and 3 times 3. All the ways to multiply to get to 12, 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. Now we're finding the largest number that they have in common. Okay, so they have a 3 in common. That means I will divide the top and bottom by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And that is where they were getting this fraction. So the unknown, let's call it x, is 3, because that was the numerator for this fraction. All right, so there's more than one way to do this. You can use your prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, and does the numerator fit into the denominator evenly? Or you can use the greatest common factor method when simplifying. You must always simplify from here on out. Come back with any questions you might have.